Hello everyone, I'm Chandana Suresh.
I'm Mahesh.
I'm Tejaswini.
Rashid.
Our project guide is Professor Mahesh K. And we are Team 18P32. In today's presentation, we are going to present you the literature survey of our project titled IoT-based Human Safety Monitoring System. In the present era, the most earnest wealth in the world is not money, but peace. To have peace, one should lead a safe life. In present era, people commit crimes for various reasons. It could be for money, vengeance, partiality, injustice, and much more reasons. In fact, India ranks 71 with crime rate index 44.43, where Venezuela stands first, followed by South Africa. This is an era where strongest prey on the weakest. Having a safe life is the hope of future. Most of the threat is posed on infants. They are deprived of their childhood through child trafficking, malnutrition, etc. Even women are also the victim of this cruel society. There are also other circumstances through which there is threat to life. One is having serious health issues. Hence, the weak are to be protected. So our team had the motivation to take up this problem and find a solution. So the problem statement that we have defined will be introduced to you by my teammate Mahesh. Mahesh, over to you.
Coming to problem statement, the crime rate continues to increase every single day, despite the government taking so many precautionary measures. Poverty, unemployment, drugs, the society, politics, unfair judicial system are some of the reasons why people commit crime. Increased crime rate, accident, health issue will bring threat to human life and might lead to death. So, an IoT-based device to monitor the safety of the person, rescue him or her when there is a threat to life by alerting person and alarming the police. Next, objectives. Coming to objectives, to continuously detect and monitor the sensor variables, to enable automatic triggering of the device when there is a threat to life, to track the location of the user using GPS in emergency situation, to alert surrounding people to seek help with the buzzer when triggered automatically. Next, existing system will be explained by Tejaswini.
Thank you, Mahesh. I will continue with existing system. The existing system uses Arduino 2560 as the main controller. The device is activated only when the user presses the triggering button. Triggering the button can be done in 3 modes. If the button is pressed one time, an alert message is sent to the guardian like, "Help, I am in danger." If the button is pressed twice, an alert message plus live recorded audio will be sent to the guardian. Lastly, if you long press the button, an immediate call will be sent to the police. Moving on to the proposed system. Proposed system uses Arduino as main microcontroller. The system has a sensing module which consists of temperature sensor, pulse sensor and heartbeat sensor. The system uses Arduino as main microcontroller. Based on the data generated from the sensing module, the device gets triggered. If the parameters range more than the threshold value, the system is triggered. If not, the monitoring of the parameters continues. Once the system is triggered, an alert message is sent to the guardian and the location of the user is tracked and his location coordinates are shared to the guardian. Lastly, buzzer is used to alert the surrounding people. An emergency touch button is implemented if in case automatic triggering fails. Over to Arshit.
Now we'll move on with the literature survey that we did till now. So we'll start with paper one. Uh, the title of the paper is Dynamic Smart Alert Services for Women's Safety System. So, and the authors were Pradeep, Abhinya, and S. Satyanandi, and Soundarya. So this was published in the journal International Journal of Communication and Computer Technologies. So it was published in the year 2017, and the link for that will be provided. So what basically happened, like what basically was proposed in this paper was to design a gadget including sensors to sense various body variables like temperature and heart rate, and it used GPS and GSM modules to locate the victim. So the system that was proposed in this paper consisted of PIC microcontroller, an acid detection sensor, and temperature and vibration sensors, and a spy camera to capture images, and GPS and GSM modules as stated above. So this system proposed various operations like measuring accurate location, and alarm is turned on during the attack once the system is triggered, and the messages were sent to the messages will be sent to the control room, and the images will be captured, and it measures heart rate and temperature continuously. So how the methodology flows here is, as soon as the acid is detected, the hidden like the camera in the system will capture the image of the stranger and it sends it to the exact along with the exact location to the control center or help centers. So this gadget also provides an alarm system to call out for help. So as I told, it consists of PIC microcontroller and acid sensor, tilt sensor. It is a combination of temperature and heartbeat sensors, and two modules, GPS and GSM, a camera, and an LCD module to display information. So the software used to implement this project was NPLab, and this concept can be extended extensively for various other safety devices too, like children safety and vehicle safety and many other stuff. We'll move on with the paper 2. The title of this paper is a mechanism for women's safety with the help of IoT and smart devices. The authors were Alvin Kumar and Dr. Kesar Swami. So it was published in Turkish Journal of Computer and Mathematics Education in the year 2021. So what happened in this paper was, this project focuses, it focused in developing a smart device which depends on IoT technologies, and which not only assists women in escaping dangerous circumstances, but also help taking photos of the attacker, even if the harassment does not occur. So it proposed 3 methodologies. The first one, a set of smartphones using BLE, that is Bluetooth Low Energy, and along with connection with IoT are considered. It had an orientation sensor which detects exact location of the position of user and their activity, and the BLE sends the detected signal to track the victim. So the second methodology was the combination of smartphone accelerometer, gyroscope, orientation sensors, and Wi-Fi, again connected with IoT. In this case, the user's activity signals is transmitted by Wi-Fi, and it will be captured using some framework developed. So the third methodology was an integration of PIR sensor. This was the final methodology. So it had an integration of PIR sensor, stands for passive infrared, and PLE, and a microcontroller. So the flow, how things worked in this module is, whenever someone felt insecure, or whenever they see something crime happening with them, with the press of a button, the microcontroller receives instructions to the GPS tablet's accurate location. The GSM module sends in the data to the health centers, and the microcontroller activates a device buzzer so as to alert the nearby people nearby. And there is another shock generator present in the system that simulates a shock to the attacker. So the downside is that this system again required manual switching of a button, and automating this is the future work of this paper. The next two papers will be on the
Now the paper 3 is discussed by me. So this paper deals about automatic triggering of e-calls, which has a title E-call defining accident conditions for mandatory triggering of automatic emergency calls. The authors are Matthias Fiedel, Jolene Carroll, Richard Querlin. This paper was discussed in a conference, that is International Technical Conference on ESV in year 2015. So what this paper deals about is what are the conditions that is required for the e-calls to be triggered in a road accident. In road accident, the injuries might be severe or minor. If the e-call gets triggered for every kind of injuries, it will be a haphazard. So to prevent this paper is discussing about the conditions which can minimize the triggering of e-calls. So in this paper, they have discussed about two conditions, that is condition A and condition B, where condition A states that the e-call should be triggered in accident conditions similar to and at least as severe as mandatory frontal or lateral full-scale crash test. So what does this full-scale crash test mean is, so when designing a vehicle, the company or the designer will do a crash test on the vehicle to enhance the design in order to make it safe for the driver. So this full-scale crash test is a condition A for which e-call should be triggered. As for the condition B, trigger in conjunction with deployment of airbags. When an accident occurs, if the vehicle contains an airbag, it will be deployed. So when this occurs, it is considered as an emergency case and the e-call is triggered. So this is how this paper deals with. So when they did the analysis on various data sources like rates, stats, 90, these are the data sets they used for the analysis. In that they found out that condition A has 19.8% of the effect on these data sets and condition B has 65.1%. This concludes that condition B is more sensitive than condition A. So this is what they analyzed it with. So this is all about the paper that I took, that is the e-call defining accident condition for mandatory triggering of automatic emergency calls. As for the next paper, its title is Design of Smart Safety Device for Women Using IoT. The authors are Wasim Akram, Mohit Jain, Sweetlin Hemalata. It was published in the journal Procedia Computer Science in the year 2019. So what does this paper deals is, it deals with a smart safety device for women which will get triggered when a fingerprint is scanned by the scanner which is embedded in the device. It also contains a shock wave generator which gives shock to the assaulter or perpetrator. This shock wave generator has two loose ends in the circuit. When the assaulter touches victim, he will become the conducting part between these two loose ends and receives the shock. So this is how this device that is discussed in the paper works. But the only drawback of the device which is discussed in paper is it should be triggered manually by the victim or the user by putting their fingerprint on the scanner. So this is one drawback. So the further paper, that is paper 5, will be discussed by my team.
So the paper I surveyed through is experimental analysis of women safety management system by using IoT-enabled machine learning strategies. And it is published in the journal Turkish Journal of Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation. So this paper is designed to provide a safety mechanism to women to prevent themselves from harmful persons. So this paper provides a way to collect real-time data from the woman by means of placing smart wearable devices, and it contains several sensors like body position identifier, location, accident detection sensor, small mic for recognizing the emergency voice, etc. So these all sensors are integrated together uh, uh, and monitor the real movement data and pass such data to server end for processing by using IoT. Uh, it is used to establish the connection between client end and the remote server end by using internet, and the data gets processed by using machine learning. So next paper as I would like to is design of an automated iteration detection system incorporated an alarm, and it is published in journal year the Journal of Computing in the year 2009. So this paper deals with increasing the level of security in an enclosed area, and there are more than one security device in place to prevent unauthorized access. So in this they mainly discussed about four layers like environmental design. It is to handle physical threat. This paper proposes the use of metal detector in this layer. Next layer is mechanical and electronic access control, refers to mechanical infrastructure like door and locks. They use PIC16F microcontroller chip to control the activities. And next comes iteration detection, which mainly deals with alarm system, where it is triggered, put into place. This layer deals with pressure sensitive security MAT. It is designed to safeguard personnel when entering a hazardous area around dangerous machinery by sending stop signal. So the final layer is called video monitoring, like video surveillance system and some others. So these are the concerns in this paper regarding its security. And next paper is told by Tejasvi. Thank you.
Going to the next paper, which I surveyed is, the title of the paper is IoT-based wearable health monitoring system for pregnant ladies using CC3-200, and the authors are B. Shanti, K. Ramya, APJ Tarana, and G. Virita. And the journal is International Journal of Advanced Research in Methodology in Engineering and Technology in 2017. This paper is developed for continuously monitoring the health condition of both pregnant lady and the infant. The world's mortality rate has decreased due to technological development and environmental factors. People suffer because of stress, which will mainly affect the pregnant lady. Routine checkup can avoid birth of physically challenged infant in the system. Some vital parameters of pregnant women like pressure, temperature, and heartbeat rate can be monitored. If any situation arises for a patient, this unit arises an alarm and communicates to the web app using Wi-Fi, which is inbuilt in CC3-200. It will collect and transfer the information to the doctor at the earliest because of IoT and product is compact and wearable. The system concludes that in which it helps pregnant ladies to avoid miscarriage, and the doctors are able to suggest health diet to the woman. Moving to the next paper. The title of the paper is A Unique Approach to Provide Security for Women by Using Smart Device. And the authors are Manchala Rija, Valabuni Vijay, and the journal is European Journal of Molecular and Clinical Medicine in the year 2020. This paper describes about safe and secureable electronic system for women. In today's world, women are less secure and have many issues regarding their security purpose. In order to overcome such problems, smart security system for women is implemented. An electronic system which comprises of an Arduino controller and sensors such as temperature, pulse rate, and sound sensor. a buzzer, LCD, GSM and GPS are used in this project. A wire it can be placed to the body of the victim. So when women are in threat, the device senses the body parameters like heartbeat and change in temperature, and also the voice of the victim is sensed by sound sensor. When the sensor crosses the threshold limit, the device gets activated and captures the victim's face and also traces the location of the victim using GPS module. By using GPS module, the victim's location sent to the registered contact number. Through this, the paper title Emergency Alert for Women Safety with Location Tracking and Capturing Photography has been designed. Further slides will be explained by Ashik.
So we'll move on with the survey findings. The first one is machine learning for filtering data. So here we use some algorithms, machine learning algorithms, to classify data into safe or not safe. So what we do is data is always incoming from the sensors. So all of those data will not be used by the system. So a classification needs to be done. So we use machine learning algorithms. The next one is capturing photos. So when there is an attack on a human, it's better rather than sending just a textual message along with location than to send a few photos of the attackers so as to help with filing a lawsuit or helping. It helps in punishing them. So capturing photos was another finding. If there is an attack, pictures will be captured of the attacker, and along with the message, it will be sent to the case center, maybe to the police station and to the pre-assigned contacts. The next one is shockwave generator mechanism. So it is an open circuit. So what happens is, as we told, there are buzzers in the module. Once the system is triggered, the buzzer will also be triggered to let the surrounding know that someone is in trouble, and the attacker will want to stop the alarm. So when he touches the device, a shock will be generated, and the current flows through into the ground fault. The next one is remote cloud server. So it is a virtual server built, hosted, and delivered via a cloud computing platform. It can be accessed remotely. So why we use this here is we store data coming from all the sensors in the remote cloud server and access only those data which are actually required to trigger the device. The rest unwanted data, monitored data will be stored in the remote server for later users.
So moving on, the initial design details of our project. Here is a block diagram which depicts the modules which are connected to the Arduino, that is microcontroller. Here the pulse sensor, temperature sensor, flex sensor are connected to the Arduino, and also buzzer, GPS module, GSM module, WSM module, MEMS, which is microelectromechanical system, which also acts as a sensor which generates data based upon the tilt and pressure applied on them, and also a rechargeable battery port, and also an emergency button to trigger the system when the automatic triggering fails. So how this works, the workflow of our project or our device which you are going to develop will be discussed in this diagram, which is the UML activity diagram, where the sensing module generates data and it is sent to the Arduino. In the Arduino, the processing of the data is done, and after processing, we will make sure that the data which has been generated satisfy the emergency condition. The emergency condition satisfaction, if else that statement is exhibited by or represented by the decision box over here. So if satisfied, the GPS module and also buzzer is activated. If not, the control goes back to the sensing module to generate the data. So what happens when GPS module and buzzers are activated is, when buzzer is activated, it gives buzzer to alert the surrounding people so that the victim or the user could seek help and protect himself. As for the GPS module, it collects the coordinates of the user. It collects the coordinates of the user from the GPS satellite and sends it to the GSM module. What GSM module does is, it sends an SMS message along with the location coordinates of the user to the guardian or police. So as we said in the milestone 1, if the automatic triggering phase, that is automatic triggering happens when certain circumstances happen. So if that fails, we are also planning to provide an emergency button which will trigger the buzzer and GPS module. So this is all about the design that we are going to plan for our device. So I thank you all for your presence, for your time and for your attention. And now we are open to the questions asked by our reviewers. Deepti ma'am, Bhavya ma'am, your reviews.
Chandana,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
you have implemented from the previous editions?
Ma'am, we thought that survey findings we presented earlier, we are planning to implement those things, but we didn't incorporate them in our initial design yet.
See, we gave the suggestions like you have to implement more programming part, right?
Yes, ma'am. We
Have you
are.
come across with such kind of service?
Yes, ma'am. The fifth paper that we discussed had the title was using machine learning strategy for cleaning the data. So we are using
Okay.
that.
Okay. Then what about that variable device sensors? You are going to do, or somewhere you are going to purchase it, then you are going to program it?
For now, we discussed with our guide. We just want to do simulation. If
Using simulation means again it will be like reduced code only, right?
yes, ma'am. Just a prototype, or we are trying to do a prototype, not a complete device. We will try to do a prototype.
Okay. Prototype means will it take all kind of the properties what you have planned?
It is mainly based on the motion, temperature, and pulse.
Only on that part you will concentrate for that prototype.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, for only such things means again you are going to give only 20 to 30 lines is enough, I think, for such kind of properties.
Ma'am, that's what using machine learning strategy will prolong our code more. So we are trying to use that. We'll use any of the.
Okay, we'll see how you are going to implement it, but at last you should not compare that we didn't say those things, right? Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt, but what she's trying to say is, in the beginning stage, we're trying to implement with the basic thing, what we told you now, with the sensors.
Okay.
So once that works, we'll go along with the machine learning thing.
Yeah, but at last it should
Yeah,
be
I
ended.
understood that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you should not show only the hardware component for us.
Yeah,
only,
yeah.
only with the 10 or 20 lines.
Yeah, sure.
Because your computer science knowledge should also be there.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
That is what our intention is.
Yeah, understand, totally
It's
understand.
all from my side. Deepti ma'am?
Yes. Yeah, as ma'am suggested, I think in your project, many of the things which you are implementing is of hardware part only. So try to incorporate a software part more. Other than that, may I get to know how many papers you have referred for
Ma'am,
literature survey?
we referred more than 15 papers, but every paper dealt about the same thing. So we took best of that is 8 papers, and we presented to you.
Okay. So how you have shared your work to refer these 15 papers?
Yes, ma'am, we went through the objectives.
Okay.
That is for continuously monitoring some papers we selected, and for automatic triggering and for alarming. So like this we selected papers.
Do you think is this sufficient to refer only the objectives from 15 papers?
No, ma'am, we need more than 15 papers.
Then, see, you are referring 15 papers and you have not completely referred it. You have just looked into the objectives. Is it right?
No, ma'am. The only 8 papers that we have presented to you only concern about the objectives, but the rest are
No, I'm not worried about the papers which you have presented in the slides. So I'm talking how many total papers you have referred. Total 15, right?
no, 17.
Total 17. That's what, how you have referred, how you have divided your work.
Well, everything deals about the same thing, providing safety, but we search for different strategies that are used for.
I think you are not getting my point. I am asking you that there are 4 members in a team and there are 17 papers. So,
Yes.
did all of you have referred 17 papers or have you divided the papers?
We have divided them.
Yes. How?
Now, few people took the software part, few people took with the hardware where tear gas ejection or shock generating is included. So we made it into 2 sets. In that 2 sets, we again divided it into 2.
Okay, fine. So finally, how you acquired the knowledge from each?
Well, reading the whole paper again and again will be time consuming. So what I did was I instructed my team members to make points, to make some points what they read from the paper, and we exchanged the paper with everyone. We exchanged those points with everyone, and everyone got to know what the papers say.
Yeah. Okay, Chandana. I think everyone should put more effort on this. If you refer to the literature findings properly, means so that you will get a better knowledge to continue with your project with different methodologies and algorithms. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.